Hello, whoever's up in the house. I instantly got this song called Love Me by Obi Trice and Eminem. It's a really good song. I just want to love you for the rest of my life. I've been looking for a bell forever. Hey, Irene. I've been looking for a bell. I finally find a bell, okay? I buy it. And as I'm about to pay for it, it falls off the stand and breaks. And now it's a broken fucking bell. Like, it took me forever to find it, and then I broke it instantly. Hello, Dana. Okay. I am going live today because I haven't been able to go live or do any readings for the last couple days because I've been super freaking busy with other shit going on. Oh my God, I've had like a really fucking tough week energy-wise with these eclipses, and I've been like woken up in the middle of the night, throwing up, and like, oh my God, you wouldn't believe some of the shit that has happened this week with me and my body. So I thought, why not, now that I've found a little bit of time for myself, I might as well do a reading, right? Oh, you know what's so weird? Is with this bell, I had this code word where I said I lived secretly, and the word is on the bell. The place where I say I live on Facebook is on the bell. I don't know how I found a bell with this fucking town on it. And then it broke instantly, but I'm going to buy this little welding machine so I can solder and make jewelry. So I'm going to fix it. Like within the next, hopefully the next like couple months or whatever. I'm still going to use it upside down. Like, they're going to fucking stop me from finally using a bell. Fuck off. No way. I'm not just going to give in that easy. You know me. So we're going to do a reading today. We have the eclipse energy in the air. Okay, I can feel it. I know it's here. So I want to see what happens with the dice. Oh my gosh, look. The moon. That's what we landed on today. I told you we're gonna be talking about the moon eclipse. I had a huge feeling we're in that energy now. All right, we've got the 6th house and Sagittarius. I have new rules for my houses. My sister rewrote my houses, so I got new information, work environment, daily routine, body care, illnesses we're prone to. Okay, what I feel like we could be dabbling in a little bit where people might have told you over the years, okay, that things are all in your head It's all an imagination. Your health is fine. There's nothing wrong with you, but you know that there's something wrong, and the universe is acknowledging that they know something is wrong with you. And it's been really, really tried to cover up. Like somebody's really done everything that they can do to make it seem like you're lying about this. And maybe that's why it's Sagittarius energy, because it's like it's pointed directly at something. Like every eclipse that we have, right, is kind of designed to shift things. And we wouldn't, if it didn't mean anything, we wouldn't have them. Okay. So you got to understand, like, if things just weren't supposed to happen, they wouldn't happen. There's always some type of synchronicity going on. Okay. That we try to figure out. And it's all part of channeling. It's all about what comes to you. Like these channels and these things that happen sometimes, honestly, they have to resonate with you at the time. Okay. So I'm getting, yeah. Oh, I've got this knot in my back. My apologies. It's just suddenly just went on fire, so I need to just put it out of fire for. See, this is what I'm talking about. So my whole life, okay, I had scoliosis. My spine is actually in phase 4 scoliosis, which is one phase away from being detrimental and probably killing me. And my whole life, this pain that I'm in, I've had chronic migraines. I've had all these things. Nobody ever looked at my back. My doctors even told me my back was fine. My body's fine. It's all in my head. I get migraines because I was a smoker, blah. They blamed all of my pain, everything I went through, all on me. What up, Renee? Okay. And what I realized as I grew up, right, and I started to really listen to my body, I started being able to give myself support and be like, you know what, if I'm the only one that supports myself, at least I've got my well-being intact. And I don't care if people don't believe me, and I don't care if they're trying to say that it's all in my head and that I'm making it up. Why? Like, honestly, if you know that there's something wrong with you, then by them saying that you're making it up and it's all in your head, then you start to actually believe it. And then you start putting this pressure on yourself to be like, stop being in pain. You're being dramatic. You can stop what's going on. You know, it's all in your head. And then we start to like physically attack ourselves because of what these people just can't accept, that somebody has something wrong with them. They can't accept pain. And my stepmother was a lot like that. If anything ever happened to me, she had to then, after the dust settled, she then had to have her own personal freak out, because now a child has stepped in, taken the spotlight from her because of an illness, and now she needs. And then my dad would go and buy her flowers and like take her out for dinner and wine and dine her, because they just had to put energy into a child, which is what a parent's fucking job is supposed to do. If you want fucking awards, go to school, go to fucking Cub Scouts, go to fucking Girl Guides. Like, parents want awards. I want an award for this. I want an award for that. I'm the best mother for this. I did this and I did that. You know, so many parents, and I'm sorry if you're a parent, like I'm not trying to get on you or anything, okay? But like, so many parents, they want fucking acknowledgement for everything they do. And it sucks because they obviously grew up in a world where acknowledgement was necessary, and it somehow shaped the way they were, right? And people who never really got acknowledged, right, they tend to just do things kind of working hard and not even expect to get a thank you, right? Like, some of us have been treated so badly that like the fuck we know what entitlement is. We don't have time to be entitled, or we would never get anything done. Hey, Heather. Okay, so I feel like the energy is being pointed at something. Hey, Wenbird! Now all my bitches are in the house. Here we go. Now it's a party. Okay, so, well, see, now the crystal ball wants to come out. Because, see, it waited for all the ladies to come in to the reading. And now that everybody's here, Crystal can do her thing. It's obviously what her name is. Her name is Crystal. And you know what sucks is I've never really liked the name Crystal, but it seems like Crystal Ball would want to be named Crystal. Oh my God, holding it up like that. Look at the pattern. I can see like a spider web. I can see an old school lamp. Oh my gosh, just looking at the ball through the camera lens. Wow. Oh, it's going to be a magical reading tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Does everybody have their snacks and their coffees and their teas? Because this is going to get lit, motherfuckers. And guess what? There's only like 5 people here, which means you guys get to know everything first. That's why I love it. I'm still seeing this old school lamp. Like, you know, the lamp posts back in the day, like the creaky old lamp posts. I'm getting one of those. So, like, I don't know if that means that, ooh, I kind of see a really dark path. Like, your path is going to be lit. Oh, probably by the moon. The moon just made me look at it. So it's probably, okay, so the eclipse, the lunar eclipse is going to reveal something. It's going to turn a light on for people, okay? And I just heard, I'm really sorry if this stings somebody, you might get a light turned on in a very bad room from a very long time ago, okay? Stuff like that happens. Flashbacks happen. There could be flashbacks that are involved in this. All of a sudden, you're somewhere that you didn't want to be, and somebody walks into the room with you, okay? Don't be surprised. Yeah, it's 5th dimension shit. Okay, but we're in the 6th dimension right now. So this is all about health, how possibly something could be illuminated. Unfortunately, you could get sick to show what's actually been happening to you. Okay, it's not to kill you, it's to prove something. Okay, sometimes stuff like that happens. Last night, there were gunshots outside of my apartment on my fucking driveway. 4 gunshots last night. I didn't know what to do. My sister and I hit the fucking ground, okay? And it was like we had to say, whoever keeps saying that we're in a really healthy place and my sister and I are living it up with all this money and blah, 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 they need to get a fucking ticket to reality. There are gunshots happening outside of my fucking apartment window, okay? And that's not safe. I'm not somewhere safe, right? But I'm where I am because my father ditched me and I don't have credit. That's the only reason why I am where I am, is because my father took his whole fucking life away from me along with his credit card that would have helped me, because I've been massively screwed over, right? So it's like, maybe something is going to get revealed, you know, like maybe something might happen to you, you know, maybe you might just pass out and this whole time you've been talking about your heart, or this whole time you've been talking about there's something wrong with you, right? And no one believes you. And it's unfortunate because when these lights get turned on, we get hurt. But by getting hurt, it acknowledges the elephant in the room that they keep saying doesn't happen to you. Oh, that's not what happens to you. That's not what happens to you. You're just making it up. Says who? You, the one who wants all the attention? So maybe this is like, ooh, we're getting deeper into this. Maybe this is people who have been, you know, shunning you and taking the attention for themselves, right? And every time, you know, your life is in a chaotic state because no one's helping you and nobody wants to be around you because you're in a chaotic state. Well, if they don't want to help you because you're in a chaotic state and they don't want to get you out of it, then how can, you know, like, it's so contradictory, right? It's like you can't be in a good place for people to want to help you, but people don't want to help you because you're in such a bad place that they think it's going to take too much to help you. And you're like, what the fuck, bitch? I worked my ass off. What do you mean? All I need is a little push. All I need is a little help. Maybe all I need is for you to grab my fucking hand and tell me that I'm not alone. Right? Maybe I just need fucking $100 more in my account and I'll feel a lot better. Like, it's these things and it's these people around you that are saying that it's going to take too much to help you. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, could you imagine if your insurance company said that to you? Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I know you've been paying into a lot, but it's just going to cost too much to fix your house. They would lose their business. You know what I mean? But because it's your fucking family or it's the people around you that know you, they can just say, I don't want to help you because it looks bad. Well, you know how bad it looks on them right now? I had this vision. I know that my stepmother has physically held back money from my sister and I. I actually saw her in a dream last night give it to charity. She gave it to charity. I don't know if this happened in real life. I have absolutely no idea. But all I know is that her kid walked up to her and said, did you just give Whitney's money to charity? And she goes, well, I had to go somewhere and I wasn't going to give it to her. So there was actually, her son was a witness in my dream to her stealing this money from me. And I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means in real life, but I know that if somebody has taken something from you and gone and given it to charity because they've tried to clear their name, they want to make themselves look good. They just don't want to make it look good for you. Charity is 95% horseshit. Okay, doesn't even get to the fucking cause. It gets to all the buildings and the advertisements and the fucking billboards and bullshit. It certainly doesn't go into the charity's actual fucking crisis. Okay, so like honestly, if someone's trying to say that they took help away from you to go and help the blind, guess what? The blind already had help. You needed it more. So it can't be handed off to somebody else. They can't get a pass for this bullshit because it involved your health. It involved taking something away from you that would have helped you. Right? That's not okay. And like, because people are lined up karmically in your life to help you in ways that you wouldn't imagine. Even if it's just a fucking $600 paycheck once and you never go back, that person might have been karmically lined up to give you a job because they owed you money from 12,000 years ago. Right? Like, we don't know how all of these things play out because they're fucking weird. And when they happen, you go like, okay, that doesn't happen to everybody. Like, why did that happen to me specifically, right? If you are in the awake, then you will stop to take a pause to be like, I wonder what that was about. Whereas the average sleeping person would just give a big fuck you, walk out of the building and never look back. When really they just got a karmic pay them back. Right? Obviously, you had to do the work for it, but maybe that's how it was lined up. Maybe they took work away from you in the past and they had to give you work in the future. Right? Like, sometimes it helps to really see through the looking glass. Like, look through the black and white, see the gray, see everything else that's not a part of the fucking play. That's not on stage, you know, like, for once, don't look at the theatrics of everything. Look at how it's done. Okay, who's controlling what? What music is playing, right? What are they saying? Who's in the audience? Like, you need to look around now. This is like, maybe this is what the moon is turning on for you, right? You have to look around at the room because something has taken your focus and it's put your focus onto one thing, right? And all these other things are happening, but you can't see the other thing because you're focused on one thing and one thing only. And that's, now you're moving out of it. Obviously, the world is like, listen, dude, you can't keep looking at this thing because it's making you miss all these other things that are going on for you, right? You're just looking at the one thing that's trying to stop you. Okay. And like, I can't help but look at this. Like, these are my tarot cards and they wanted to sit in the sun today. They wanted to charge today. And then they were just screaming at me, teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. Like, it takes a fucking army sometimes to lift a person. But guess what? When you got an army, it's okay. Right? Like, actually, these army guys visited me at my work the other day and asked me if I wanted to come on base with them and basically join the camp. And I was like, I have scoliosis. I don't think I can do that. And they're like, well, okay, well, you know, it's always there for you. Like, I almost got just taken by the army in a second. And like, I almost did it because I just don't know what else to do anymore. Like, when you're kind of at the end of the road and no one's giving you any more pavement, you go like, all right, well, I'm just going to wait for a sign. Like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, but I'm just going to wait for a sign. Okay. Look at that. I feel like that's the moon. Oh, look who's leaning up against the ball. Extermination. Oh, wow. We should just leave that for a second because that's just magical. I don't even know how it landed like that, but shit, did y'all see that? That's magical as fuck. Okay, that's why we call this the Whitney Moon's intuitive magic, because shit like that happens and I don't really know how. People might think, oh, it's just a card that landed on a crystal ball. And I go, yeah, and you're fucking dumb, deaf, and blind if you just think that was just a card that landed on a crystal ball. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, that could never probably happen. I couldn't get that to happen again if I tried. So all the skeptics, you know what it is? It's skeptics. Maybe that's what the moon maybe that's what the moon is ready to explode on, is these skeptics, these people that are like, oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay. And you're like, oh yeah, okay, it's on, motherfucker, like Donkey Kong. Okay, like that's all I heard. I really didn't want to say that because I think it was dumb, but honestly, the universe is like, it's on. These fucking smug little motherfuckers that have been walking around like, hoo, 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 I won everything. Yeah, we just let them think they won for a little bit, so then they shut the fuck up and get away from us, so then we could continue what we needed to do while they were off gloating, even though the war wasn't even over yet. But they thought they got you. They thought they put you down. They thought that you weren't ever going to be fucking visible again to the world because they put you in the fucking moon, right? They put you on the blackness, right? Freezing cold, black, stiff, dark, no life, no fucking way you were going to get out of it. Right? Almost like, honestly, now that I see Sagittarius, almost like nailed to the cross. Like, where were you supposed to go? Like, it's like this arrow was like, you know, hanging you up, just sitting in the moon. Like, you couldn't reach the ground. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? You can't lift yourself out. You can't do anything out of it until the light turned on. And then everybody saw that you were hanging in the dark. Maybe that's what this is. And you're ready to explode because now you've been exterminated, reaching a higher level with no need to fuss. So honestly, like, I do think that this has all the energy of the moon in it. Like the moon is really ready to explode. I can feel it. I can feel its hostility towards people. I can feel that it's pretty let down about what's been done in the dark. And, you know, because darkness is there for a reason. It's there because we need sleep. We need, things need to shut down. You know, you need to power off. You need to charge your batteries. And it's not to be used and abused. Oh, the lights are out now. Now we can fuck around with everything. Like, that's what they're doing. And like, you know, like we got put here. Like we had a code to follow. We had laws to follow. And everybody just started running around buck wild, naked, pissing, shitting, and fucking everything instantly. And you were like, I mean, you give somebody just a little bit and they run with it and they're going to take and take and take and take, because that is what greed has turned into. That is what darkness has done. And it's pissed the fucking moon off. And like, my name is Moon. Like, I have been Moonshine for over 10 years of my life. Like, it has taken up a massive part of me. And then as a nickname, I was called Mooner. Okay. Like, no, I couldn't get away from it if I tried. Actually, more than 10 years, this name has been, 15 years, this name has been my nickname and my name, like my name. Like, I'm just waiting to change my name, and Moon will be a part of it. It's just always been a part of me. I've been in the darkness my whole life. I've been misunderstood. I've been under illusion. I've been a massive illusion to people who see me, right? I've been moon inflicted my whole life. And I understand that. And I get how I scare the shit out of people, and I get my energy, and I understand who I am because of being with myself every day and wanting to understand myself and not wanting other people to dissect me and tell me what I am. Well, I don't give a fuck what people see. It's not about that, right? It actually has no idea. Like, I mean, if I could do this whole mission silently and not show my subscribers, not show my followers, not show anything, I would, because why does it matter? It doesn't matter to me. For some people, it matters. It's a popularity contest, but for me, it's a livelihood. For me, it's a mission. For me, it's a completely different thing than what it is for some people on here. I'm not going to judge them, nor would I want to be judged for how I'm doing it. I'm just saying we all do things differently. And I know what being under illusion has done because of what it has done to the people that are looking straight at me, right? And that makes me want to explode, because you know that pressure of people looking at you and you going like, whatever it is that you see has nothing to do with me, right? But people can't keep their fucking thoughts to themselves. They can't, they have to shoot their energy out, because that's what people have been taught is shoot it back, shoot it back, shoot it back. And really nobody ever stops to take anything in. To be like, I wonder why they're saying that about me. I wonder why they think that, you know, like now I'm kind of going like, I understand why people think the way that they do about me. And I understand how bossy I must seem and how in control I must seem, it's because I've been a very out of control person my whole life. I've never had control, which is why it looks so much like I do, because I do everything that I can to keep myself from falling apart. Because what else are you supposed to do? I'm not just going to let fucking drugs take me over. I'm not going to let the system take me over. I'm not going to let something take me over when I've already let a demon take me over my whole life, and a pedophile and a fucked up mother and a fucking abusive father and a pathological fucking lying stepmother. Like, I've had abusive people around me my whole life. So like, what did I turn out to be? Slightly abusive. Like, obviously you are where you come from. Like, and that's kind of what sucks, right? But then you just start molding yourself into something else that you really want to be, and not what your family wants to see, or not what your family says you are, or what people say you are because they're around you. Just because they say something, it doesn't mean they know you, right? And they're so fucking cocky about what they say because they think they know everything. Well, let them fucking burn. Right? For once, just let them say something and watch them fucking burn for it. Because I'm sick of fucking trying to stretch my energy out to be like, I didn't do that, and that's not me, and you want to say that about me, and that's not true. And I don't really care. It's like, you know, if people had any common sense whatsoever, they would go to the person that's clearly they've got questions about and just ask. Why do you got to listen to other people and what they say? I mean, I'm the one, I go straight to the source. And because I've watched the source, even the source fucking lie to me. And then I'm like, oh my God, fucking grow up, right? People just are out there doing so much bullshit. And then they don't even have the fucking decency to tell you the truth. And you're like, really? Like, after all that, you can't even fucking tell me the truth? Like, fuck you. Like, now you're going to make it seem like I'm crazy. And that's why I'm like, I don't play that game anymore. I don't let this whole, you want to make me seem like I'm crazy affect me anymore, because that's how they get into you, where it's just like, man, honestly, just walk away. Like there is such a better fucking field of greens on the other side of walking away from conflict, right? And maybe that's the illness. Maybe that's like, say, raises somebody's blood pressure, you know, it gets under your skin, it does something to you, it gets your heart pumping, and that's not a good thing. You know, that can lead to early stroke, you know, early onset of heart attack. Like, that's not good. Anxiety is not good. And to be strung out by somebody who comes around you, it's anxiety is there for a reason. And I always try to say that, like, honestly, anxiety teaches me where I need to be cautious and where I need to listen. And, you know, like, it teaches me a lot of things, because I'm going every day doing my thing and there's no reason to have anxiety. So when it does hit, I ask myself why, because it shouldn't. Right? Like, why am I in danger? Like, am I in danger? Like, what's going on? Why am I getting anxiety for no reason? And then it's just like, you take a 2-minute sit down, you listen to yourself, and you wonder, okay, well, maybe it's just to delay me. You know, maybe it's to put me 5 minutes behind, right? Like, today the car wouldn't start, and then I got it to start. It's just this fluke thing. And, it put me behind probably only a minute or two, right? And that minute or two, you know, got me caught at the lights, and then caught at another light. But then once I got onto the highway, this Jeep passes me. Okay, this Jeep Cherokee, which is really fucking weird, because it's the same car, same make, same model, same color, same everything that my pedophile fucking stepfather had back in the day. And it gets 2 or 3 car lengths ahead of me and blows a fucking tire. And that can go one of two ways on a highway. Like, that can go either as very smooth, or it can cause a fucking 40-car pileup. Like, it just depends how it pops. It depends how good the driver is. It depends on so many things, right? So this motherfucker pops right in front of me. And let me tell you, this guy, whoever this fucking driver was King Tut on a mountain. He got that car off the fucking highway so fast, in front of a transport, in front of 3 trucks. He pulled it over like he had done it a million times. It was so smooth that, like, literally, it was within 5 seconds. It popped within 5 seconds. He's on the side of the road, and there were fucking cars everywhere. I couldn't, and a transport truck, double truck. Okay. And I kind of just stopped for a second, because I was like, man, if I had even been 5 seconds ahead, it could have burst right beside me. Like, you know, it comes down to as easy as seconds, as you get held back just seconds. Right. And again, it's all divine timing. It's who's around you. How do they, you know, work themselves? Do they crack under pressure, right? Do they know themselves? Are they grounded, right? Are they conscious? Are they fucking sober, right? Because if with this conjunction, so like with these, with this eclipse, okay, coming again, and Chiron moving, the North Node moving, fucking into Aries, we are just shifting all these different things, okay? There's just planets come like bursting, okay? People are fucking losing it. And when things like that happen, when planets move and nodes move, the people freak out. And like, I never thought that was possible. I never believed it. I never even believed the whole full moon bullshit, okay? Because people freak out every night. Doesn't matter if it's a fucking full moon or not, okay? But watching those gunshots, watching what happened in my fucking complex last night was fucked up. That was something I only saw in movies. Okay, I only literally thought that shit happened in movies, okay? Not my fucking front yard, literally, okay? And that was a move. That was all that happened. Something moved, okay? And it's like when you're that sensitive to it, you've got to wonder what kind of feelings are going to come up with this. Like, I don't know what's happening with everybody. Obviously, I'm only one person, but what I can guess and what I can assume, really, of what I'm channeling is that there is a message coming through with it wasn't your imagination. And hey, TF, what up? Okay, it wasn't your imagination. And people are getting off by saying it was your imagination. So that's what the moon is pissed off about, because just because it was done in the dark doesn't mean it was your imagination. Just because something happened and you forgot about it for a while, guess what? Also, not your imagination, right? Memories come, memories go. Hello, Alzheimer's, dementia, okay? Even my fucking father had to take Blinko Genko because he could never fucking remember anything when I was like 15, okay? So trust me, like when people are living a lie, okay, they're probably the first ones to get hit with dementia. Alzheimer's, because they're living a fucking lie. Everything is a lie, right? They've been bullshitting the world for so long that now their own head is bullshitting them. They don't know what era they're in. They don't know how old they are because they've been probably lying about their age their whole fucking life. They don't know where they are because they've been traveling around fucking doing shit they're not supposed to be doing. So they don't know where they are, right? Like, you got to wonder sometimes why we get the diseases that we get and why things happen to people. Right? Because it's like, is it karma or is it just too much mercury in the water? Right? You want to say whatever it is, but I mean, not everybody gets mercury poisoning. So it can't just be that, right? But you just got to wonder. It's like, now this is where the world is like, okay, this is where we're telling you that yes, there is a stage. Stop looking at it. Now you need to look around the stage. Okay? You need to look under the seats. All right. You know what I just heard? As I was like, my third eye is literally picturing somebody looking under the seats in a theater. Okay. Like they're the cleaner or something. And I said to myself, you may want to look around on the ground sometimes because you might find jewelry. All right. You might find jewelry. And if you do, that is the universe giving you gifts because some idiot who didn't really deserve it dropped it and you got it. Or somebody used up something and they didn't need it anymore and it wanted to come to you. Like, when the universe gifts you things, my God, just take them. Just take them. Don't give them away. Just take them. Why not? Right? Like, why not just do it? That's what you can do. Just do it. I found a toonie. I gave it to a girl. I didn't need it. It was right there. I was like, well, it's under a computer. I'll just give it to the hostess. It's exactly what I did, right? Like, sometimes you find a little penny, you find something, pass it on. That helps too. That helps with your luck. That happens with your, that triples your abundance. Like, things that you do, you wouldn't believe how much it can come back, right? And you call it pay it forward, call it karma, call it goes around, comes around, whatever you want to call it. It's good wishes. It's good. It's in good, okay? Which is what you're a part of. So how people can be saying that you're full of shit is beyond me, but they can only say it for so long. Because then you're going to nail I just heard, eventually you're going to hit the nail in the coffin. And that's going to be it. And if that's what has to happen to people who are calling you a liar, then that's what has to happen. Right? Like, honestly, I feel like some people deserve it. You know, they're thick-headed, hard-headed. They don't want to listen. And then once they've got something in their head and it's set, they don't want to change it because it's too much work to admit that they were wrong or that they got the wrong information, right? Like, so thick-headed. And then it affects you. Like, thanks. You know, you couldn't have just bent over and ate shit once for what you did. You had to still take it out on me. Like, what the fuck, right? Like, obviously, of course they do. It's society. Man, this crystal ball. Oh my God, the most beautiful thing is in the crystal ball right now. I think it's the eclipse. There is one on this side and there is one on this side. This one on this side is, I think, the solar one. Oh, I'm seeing a red light. Where's that red light? I don't have any red lights in my apartment. There's a red light. Okay, so that must be the lunar eclipse. And then there's this other one over here and it's all dark. And it's got this like gold rim around it. Like these, oh my God, how can that look so pretty? Wow. Oh man, this crystal ball is blowing my mind right now. I think it's actually really helping that the card's there. It's taking a reflection off. Wow. Okay, I just want to say there is a shit ton of gold. Like and then I just saw this like Egyptian kind of like woman, like gold goddess kind of. Whoa. Do you see that go flying out? Oh my gosh, the gull. This is probably one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. The gull is a great message. Water, creations, and emotions. There's the emotions right there. So there's the moon. The gull, a creature of the sea and sky, symbolically links the lower earthly world with the upper world of the spirit. It is also a symbol of unrestrained emotion. In Northwest Native American legend, an angry gull kills a raven, one of the most powerful totems that had invaded the gull's beach. A great war between the ravens and gulls of dominion of the beach ensues. In the end, the gull is subdued and the two birds share power over the shore. In the painting, the gull appears along with the image of Aphrodite, the ancient Greek sea goddess who governs the emotions. So they're associated with water, which is the element of creation and life. So honestly, like, I'm almost getting that whatever this is that's wrong with you, like, you literally could have been born with, and they still don't believe you. They still want proof, you know? Proof is in the pudding. All these years doing what you couldn't. Webby. Oh my God, I just got Chris Webby in my head. He's coming to town soon, and I think I'm gonna see him in concert because he's fucking awesome. That's a song called "We Up," and he did this with DMX. He did this song with DMX just before he died, and then in the video, he's got all the Rough Riders in the video with them. My scratch game official, X game official, scratch game official, as a stain as a ritual. I woke up and broke back what I had to break. Don't take an earthquake to get this ground to shake. Go play. You know I'm a sensitive. Never be around the rest. I was putting in work while you was jerking off. Your work is sucked. Thought you could hurt the boss. Oh no, DMX is coming in hard. Oh, you might have dropped the ball, but now you got it. Woo! Honestly, sometimes I wonder who these people think that they're fucking with, you know, like the power of the mind will take power over anybody. Okay, honestly, you think your guns are so fucking strong and powerful, and you know, like words can hurt, but my mind can kill you, right? And I won't get caught for it. Like honestly, I'm just wondering like where these people think they get off, you know, like, oh, you got a power, and that's what it is. It's like people getting the power between their legs for 5 seconds and then running off with it thinking that they can control it. And you can't, you know, like again, you know, you go in and you kill one of the most powerful totems. Like you think that that's not going to come back and get you. You think that's not going to come back and bite you. Like, of course it is. And then when it comes back, it's going to be a war. You know, you're going to come back with your buddies and you're going to be like, hey, yeah, by the way, you know, like this is the person that pushes you off the fucking, you know, pushes you off the park, off the swing. And then you come back with your 3 brothers and sisters, right? That are fucking 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 years older. And then you go, yeah, this is the motherfucker that pushed me down. Thinking, you know, just because I'm small and nobody else is around, they're big and powerful because they're a little bit bigger than me. They've got more strength than me, but they don't understand what you roll with. You know what I mean? Like the Rough Riders, they don't know what you come with. You come with people in order to join the gang, gotta kill people, right? Like that shit isn't something you play with, right? Like that shit makes you hard as fuck. And then these little motherfuckers that are out stealing things, thinking they hard, thinking they gangsta. Bitch, you killed somebody to get into your gang. You didn't kill a good person. Right? You most likely killed a very bad person. And by kill, I mean took down, incarcerated, you know, for life. Like you did something to get into this gang to somebody really bad. Or you wouldn't have been able to prove yourself worthy. Like you have to prove yourself worthy of everything, right? And yeah, okay, in order to get into the good gang, you got to wipe out a few pedophiles. Do you mind doing that? The answer would be no. Oh, you got to take down some woman beaters. Are you okay with that? Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Right? Like, honestly, what I've heard with the Hells Angels kill, you know, they kill some of the worst people, and that's their initiation. Like, honestly, like, I mean, we're going to talk about killing, okay? We're getting a little off topic here. If you don't know, love the Hells Angels. I'm a huge fan of anarchy. But I'm also I'm a fan of defending what's yours. I'm a fan of maybe possibly taking the law into your own hands. I do it spiritually when I know I'm being attacked. I don't just go out and make people's life my business. I don't go out trying to find cases and causes and mission. I go out and I just try to live. And if I make it through the day, awesome. If somebody else doesn't, well, that's their karma, not mine. Or maybe that is my karma too, right? That's the thing. And I just feel like whatever this is, people started these wars and they started these like turf wars, you know, like get out of here and go here. And like, honestly, now we're back to, you know, people possibly paying you for small jobs, moving around a lot, never really finding your place because you had so much karma to pick up. You know, people owed you so much. You had to go to a lot of people. You had to see a lot of people. You had to get a lot of paychecks, right? It looked like you're being irresponsible. It looks like, you know, people are firing you because you're an asshole, but really they're firing you because the job is done and you don't got to be there anymore. You got to move on, right? That's another thing. because it's definitely emotional. And like, if somebody has been keeping you moving like that, right, collecting all this karma, and they're telling you that it's all your fault, that you can't get along with people, that it's that, you know, you're the cause of everything. This is the universe being like, no, actually, you did your job like a fucking gem, and you got to move on. Those people had to stay there because they had to stay there. Right? Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, clearly you didn't have to stay in the cesspool with assholes that you had to come and collect karma from. Right? So this is obviously like, okay, I can just see 3 dots, 3 lights lined up. It looks like a pumpkin. Oh my God, it kind of looks like Pumpkinhead. Peter Pumpkinhead came to town, right? Spreading wisdom and cash around. Hey, haha. Oh my gosh, I just saw a fucking werewolf looking at me in the reflection of the window. Oh my God. I just saw it again when I closed my eyes. What the fuck? But he made too many enemies. All the people that would keep him on his knees. Huh. There's something coming through with this Peter Pumpkinhead song. Also, Pumpkinhead, the first movie, is awesome, by the way, from like the 80s. You should watch it. It's fucking sweet. Oh, okay, maybe that Pumpkinhead's coming through. Okay, so Pumpkinhead, you can summon Pumpkinhead from the dead to kill whoever you want, but then it's a contract. You then have to give up your soul and you're reincarnated as the next Pumpkin Man. Because Pumpkin Man, you have to pay him. You have to fucking pay him. Upgrade to a higher level. No need to fuss. And brand new. Okay, and I made this bowl, okay, for my dice. And it's a clay bowl, and I didn't like it. So last night I decided to redo it. As you can see, I put a marijuana leaf in there. Because I'm such a fucking geek. I made it alien colors, clearly, because I'm an alien. And I put these moths on it, these butterflies and stuff. And it made me just look at it because I feel like something is going to be transformed. Okay, like it might only just be a different layer. You know, like you might still be the same person, but like something is going to be different. Okay, maybe that's what this eclipse is doing. It's eclipses. I'm sorry, I have to be. I misspoke there. Eclipses. Okay, we're in the middle. It's like consider us right now in the middle of a battery. Okay, you got the negative and the positive on both sides, and we're in the battery because we came through the negative already, which would have been the solar, right? No, wait, we did the lunar already. Wait a second. Yeah, we're doing the solars next, right? Oh shit. Here I am thinking, okay, well, we're still in this moon energy then. We're in the yeah, okay, so, okay. Oh, I mean, sometimes I say the message wrong for a reason. So we're in the negative aspect of it. So it's like we are literally in the middle of the battery. And then once this sun eclipse happens, we're going out through the positive. Right. And I think that's where we are right now. I think we're in this tunnel and there's a lot of things that we're finding out. Oh, my God, that's why the light's getting turned on, because we're in a fucking tunnel. Oh, OK, this makes a lot of sense now. Okay, we're in the tunnel. We're in the crystal ball, basically. Okay, so that's why so many things like weird. I can't do like just regular messages right now because there aren't just regular messages. Okay. This is collective shit. This isn't just one sign and one sign only. Like this is, and I can't just say this is eclipse because I don't want to put the wrong energy on it. This is just where we are right now in the spectrum of the chart of life. Okay. Basically. And then, okay. So I'm getting Pumpkin Man again. I just saw him again. And, you know, I kept getting this song that had, October in it. And I was like, okay, are we talking about this coming October? Are we talking about what just happened last October? Now I'm looking at Libra. So something might have happened. Yeah, this is 2023 I'm getting. Something might have happened in Libra season in October, in like October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7-month cycle. Oh, that makes sense too. The key got unlocked to something. So I think it's been quite a while that we've been waiting for this particular shift. Yeah. Huh. No wonder people are ready to explode. And like I said, man, people exploded last night with a fucking, I'm going to say like probably maybe a 32 caliber snub nose. Like it snub nose. Like it was, the shots were loud, but they weren't that loud. So, and then I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it was just a small gun. I mean, a gun is a gun. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's like people lost it last night. And like, I saw it like, oh man, and this makes a lot of sense why. It's going to be people flipping, you know, it's going to be people being like, shit has just been happening for too long. It's been too fucked up for too long. And if it doesn't change, then people are going to be done. Like they're going to give their spiritualism up. You know, they're going to say, fuck it. They're going to stop caring. Right. So when you're in this book of life, right, the universe will keep your spirits up, whether or not it does anything for you at the time. They will, like, spiritually, I think emotionally help you. And I'm still getting this fucking werewolf staring at me in the fucking window. Like, we're not even near a full moon, but I'm looking, there's a full moon. Okay, look at this. There's a full moon staring at me right here on this card. This is the monkey card. Let's see what the monkey card says. Agility, courage, and spirit. The monkey is an ancient deity worshipped by Middle Eastern people. Okay, so he's the monkey hero that rescues Sita. A queen, okay, a goddess queen, and then he was, okay, she'd been abducted by a demon, and he went in and rescued her. And because he went in and rescued her, okay, the monkey got blessed. Okay, he actually, what it says is he leads a monkey army against the demon and rescues Sita, for which he is granted everlasting life. Because monkeys can leap into different dimensions. So they know how to astral project themselves, which is like what we are allowed to do. Right? So monkeys can open up their third eye and jump through different dimensions. So, oh my gosh, look at this. Next card is the caribou, and there's a full moon there too. Full moon on that card too. And on this dolphin card, okay, do they all have full moons? Okay, no. Yeah, that one's got a full moon. That one's got a full moon. That's got a full moon. No, okay, the full moon stops. Okay, but the next one's got a full moon. Okay, so majority of them have a full moon. Actually, no, that one doesn't. I just cut the deck and that one doesn't have a full moon. That one does, but a red moon. And that one's got a new moon. Okay. All right. Okay. They don't all have moons. All right. Okay. All right. So the moon is like, don't take the fucking subject off the subject because the moon is right here, motherfucker. So, I mean, man, okay, so werewolf full moon. The werewolf changes, the human changes into the werewolf at the full moon. Okay, so circle of life, rebirth. Oh my gosh, look at this caribou. Okay, so caribous make for the long migration and are associated with the circle of life. The Inuit people believe that as the caribou returned to them each season, so did souls return Earth after death, taking the form of either beast or human. Wow. And then inside the caribou is all these other animals. Yeah, it's true. They're there. Okay. So inside the caribou is all these other animals, which signifies the kinship of life and recalls the Inuit belief in the universal soul. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? These readings, people, are getting way different than what they used to be. My gifts are changing. I love that I did my microphone here and I literally have one right here. And I use my hand as the microphone. I'm so funny. Caribou. I literally can never see the caribou card without singing Caribou by the Pixies. It just automatically comes into my head. Like, I don't know why. Caribou. And then I go and listen to it, and I don't really even like the song, but I'm not a huge fan of the Pixies, but I'm not a huge fan of Pixies in general. But I don't know why I always sing Caribou when I see the damn word. Like, I think people are getting escorted to higher levels. Like, oh, you know what I just saw? Harry Potter, this part where they're all the girls are being escorted to prom. Oh my God. It's like you're just going to be escorted somewhere. I think this is all... Okay, let's see what dimension this is happening. Because I don't know if this is happening in 3D or what. Let's see. Ninth dimension. Spiritual growth. Like mega spiritual growth. So this is happening in, it's going to shine through what's happening, but because of how much people have doubted you and what they have done in the energy of the moon against you, you're going to elevate. And now I'm getting like the way that eagles start to fly. You know how they ride the wind current all the way up, kind of like it looks like they're doing a big twister in the air, basically, right? Because they're gravitating up and they're not using any of their strength to do it. They'll just use the wind to do it, right? So I feel like it's going to be a natural elevation, right? Going higher. And you know what's so weird is when I drove by my sister's ex-husband's house the other day on my route, it really pisses me off. There was an eagle circling above his house, and the eagle asked me is this his house? And I went, yep, you're above the right house. As I was driving, I couldn't believe it. Sometimes the way I can speak and communicate with animals is fucked. Like, it's like I saw it in my third eye. And then I was like, wow, like an eagle circling. And then I realized it's circling over top of his house. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. Like, there is no way that that's happening right now, right? Like, I've just been seeing eagles. They are just everywhere all of a sudden. Everywhere I fucking turn, there's an eagle. And it's a sign, you know, like, they just don't come out of, and why am I seeing them so much? Like, it just blows my mind. And then the motherfucker circling over his house. I'm like, okay, like, that's just a little like, okay. And then I said something afterwards to myself, and I'm bird almost hit my car. It's like, okay, if that's not a sign, I don't know what the fuck is. Like, honestly, so many birds play chicken with my car. Okay, that's what they do. They play chicken and they run out, and they know they're being cocky. They know they can make it, and I'm like, fucking stupid birds. They're everywhere, but they let me know that I know that no one's going to get hit or hurt. And they swoop in when I say something to myself sometimes. And I'm like, my God, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Okay. And I just fumbled around with this card. Like, it's been exterminated, which means it's been taken care of. Okay. It's been taken care of. And it's because these people didn't realize who you roll with. Now we're going back to the Rough Riders. West Side, East Side. Okay, I'm pretty sure they're all Bloods. Okay, there's a lot of red, or they used to wear a lot of red. Anyways, I didn't know that DMX was a Blood. And he always says it. Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood was like his first album. Or was that the second one? Anyways, well, the first album, he's like laying in blood. The second album's Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Like, hello, clearly he's was a Blood. I don't really think DMX is dead. I mean, DMX I've listened to since I was about 10 years old, okay? He was one of my very first rappers I ever listened to in my life. And when he died, okay, supposedly, okay, he dies the day he releases his album. I have a heart attack. Like, okay, they said he was admitted to the hospital a fucking couple days before, blah, blah, blah. He had some tightness in his chest, yada, yada, yada. I do not believe he's dead. I think he just wanted out. And that's what people do. They buy their freedom, okay? I mean, you would do it too if you were fucking in the Illuminati, okay? Put it that way, because he's definitely a part of it. He talked about it a lot, about how he sold his soul to Satan, and he did things, and he said a lot of prayers, and he talked to Satan a lot, and Satan fucked him up, and Satan stole things from him and signed him up for contracts, and DMX didn't like that, but he had to do it. He said he had to do it for whatever reason. He had to do it, right? And I think he didn't want to do it anymore. And he was getting old, and he went out. I mean, I was there. I watched his whole funeral. His funeral was live. I watched his funeral. It was a beautiful funeral. Obviously, all red. Everything was red, right? And it's like, man, they blocked the streets down. The Rough Riders went up and down the streets. Like, I'm getting goosebumps right now. Like, it was like, I mean, that coffin was fucking amazing. Like, that was the most beautiful coffin I've ever fucking seen in my life. Like, but I don't think he's dead. I don't think he was fucking in there. I think he was fucking watching from the back, you know? Like, I don't really think he was there, but just, I have my own superstitious beliefs, okay? And like, only because I have been a fan of, like I said, he was my first rapper I ever listened to. Eminem too. Eminem was my go-to rapper from day one, but I don't like Eminem anymore. Eminem is bought, paid for, and fucking prescripted. And so is DMX, I gotta say. Like, I don't listen to new DMX. I only listen to old DMX, where it wasn't so, just awful messages. Like, I just don't understand how people don't get it a little bit more, but whatever. We don't need them to get it, and I don't really like talk about it, but you know, it's got to be exposed, obviously. You know, like, I just feel like some people, you know, they went and hid. And that's all they're doing. They're hiding. And that's obviously why the moon is here. You know, like, things are illusioned, you know, and they're put in front of you. So then you believe it, right? Like, and they give you all this information. So then you believe it. right? It just kind of seems like a little too like, really? Like, okay, fool me once, shame on you. Well, fool me twice. I don't really think this motherfucker's dead. Like, I'm pretty sure there's been pictures recently of Marilyn Monroe. She's like 80 something years old now, and I'm pretty sure she's on Instagram. And like, no doubt, I mean, they obviously have like the statute of limitations, and then they can be seen again. Like, I don't think Kurt Cobain's dead either. I think he's very much alive. I think he just didn't want to be famous anymore. Right. And then their families can be bought with them and go, like Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe Bryant's still alive. I think him and his daughter took off. Same with Whitney Houston. I think her and her daughter took off. Right. Like, and I mean, it is what it is. Like, why not fake your own death? I mean, they do it for witness protection all the time, right? Like, they're constantly putting fake death in front of you. Like, I mean, like, there's no proof, obviously, but there's definitely, a lot of skepticism there, when I think about some of these weird things, right? So obviously this is coming out because there's a lot of things that have been happening that are just too weird and just too a little like, okay, that's a little too lined up. Right, to make you look really bad and somebody else look really good, right? Like when the universe knows you, they've gotten to know you. If you've got your third eye open, it's been getting to know you, right? Just like you're getting to know it, and they'll believe you because they're in you. They know when you're lying. They know when you're full of shit, right? So when the universe shows you something, or it does something to you, or it speaks to you, or it says something to you, well, I would, maybe pay attention, because the more you get to know it, the more it gets to know you, and the more it has your back when it comes to motherfuckers playing in the dark, right? Thinking they're the only ones with night vision. Like, bitch, no, you're not, right? Like, with these people, I mean, nobody calls them out. Nobody calls them out. So we got to go through all this bullshit, right? Because people won't do it. They'll just let it die. They'll let the asshole in the room continue to be the asshole because they're not going to be the ones that shut it down. People, I really find, don't want to play the bad guy. They just want to play the person in the shadows, person that just goes along with everything. I've always been the opposite of that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to point out the obvious that's in everybody's face. I don't know how to not do that. Like, I'm like, are you guys fucking deaf, dumb, and blind? Like that's me, like, and then that's why I'm like, man, I get how I can sound awful, but it sounds awful because it's just blunt, right? I don't sugarcoat it. I don't put, before. So it just sounds like I'm an asshole when really I'm just trying to be blunt. I'm trying to be honest. Like, what the fuck? Like, put your feelings aside for one goddamn minute and go, what the fuck too? Like, figure it out. Like, some of us become so goddamn sensitive, right? Like, we take everything to heart, and it's like, fuck. Like, well, there goes your lesson again, because like you weren't supposed to take it to heart. Like, right? You don't have to take things to heart just because it hurts you. Well, let it beam off you and go on your merry little way. Like, we get struck and we get in these rifts because we're defenseless and our defenses are down, right? But once you start kicking ass again and taking names, nothing gonna hold you back. Can't nobody take my pride. Can't nobody hold me down. I got to keep on moving, right? Oh, I dropped Crystal. Oh, shit. Oh, she forgives me. She wants to be covered. I get it. Crystal's done working for the day. She's going to go back in her little hut. Whoop. Whoop. Everything's falling apart. I don't know why I make everything so dainty, because then I just knock everything over. I try to keep things so neat and tidy, and then I just knock it all down. I'm like, my fucking OCD. I'm really getting hold of my OCD. Like, I like things to be neat and tidy and shit, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, whatever. What's next? Fucking get this shit, tidy bullshit fucking out of the way. I got shit to do. Can't be fucking worried about this right now. Woo! The crow came out. That's what I'm talking about. transformation, magic, and abundance. The crow is the kind of phoenix that rises from the ashes, symbolizing renewal, transformation, and the promise of abundance. You know why? Okay, well, do you want to hear the myth? Okay, well, I might as well read it. I've read it on this channel quite a few times, but I'll read it again because it's cool as fuck. Okay, so like the raven, this is the crow, not the raven. So like the raven, with which it often... Sinosa, what? Okay, whatever. The crow yields powerful magic. It's just saying basically people all often associate the crow and the raven as the same thing, which is fine, but it's not. Okay, crows are very much smaller and ravens are fucking huge. Ravens eat the eyes out of lambs. Okay, ravens are fucking ruthless. Anyways, okay. In Native American myths, the crow restores order to the heavens. A Sphinx belief links the crow to abundance and prosperity. One legend tells of a white crow that warns the buffalo every time hunters approach. This leads to hunger and starvation, and the crow is eventually captured by the hunters and thrown into the fire. But it escapes before being completely burned, emerging only blackened by the flames. Black becomes its prominent color. As the crow flees, it promises never to warn the buffalo of approaching hunters again, right? Because the crow was originally white. And in a lot of actually crows overseas, well, their ravens are black and white, and crows were originally white. That's what they say anyway. So forever blackened, and like maybe that's the message of the moon here. Like you were born and then blackened, and because you were put into that dark energy, you were put into the dark, and now I'm getting Bane. There's this part where he's fighting Batman, and Batman turns all the lights off, and Bane goes, "Oh, you think darkness is your friend? I grew up in the dark. I was born in the dark. And by the time I saw the light, it only burned my eyes." Right? And that's what people got to understand with us who have been victims of such brutal treatment, right? Is that they're trying to use our greatest strengths against us. And they don't realize that there are strengths because in their minds, they're weaknesses. But you're only as weak as you believe, right? Like you wouldn't imagine the strength that could come out of you when you really need it. And the amount of strength that you can endure in times where you think you're weak, right? You think you can't do it. Like apparently a woman who gives birth during labor, ladies, listen up. Your labor, your delivery is equivalent to breaking 20 bones at the same time. So congratulations, okay, for being able to put up with that much fucking pain, right? And people telling you that you don't know what pain is. Oh, really? Oh, you see how kind of like sitting in your own energy and just letting people say what they want to say is so beautiful. Because you can just be like, oh, yeah, 2 out, no doubt. Okay, so you broke 40 bones, TF, 40 fucking bones. Try to let them tell you that you don't know what pain is. Oh, really? And then you probably walked around right after and went to the bathroom. So they can go fuck themselves for what they say. Honestly, like people really gotta, 2 C-sections? Whatever, I heard those were worse. So like, honestly, my sister-in-law got a C-section, 2 of them. And she said after her first one, she was like, she wished she never did it. She would have done the other birth. And then with her second kid, you have to do it. You can't have a natural birth after you've had a C-section. So that's just fucking awful. Right. So it's like, no matter what, like, I mean, try to let these fucking people try to tell you that you don't know pain. I knew this one guy who fell off a fucking roof, got up and tried to go back to work. Like he was beaten bad when he was a kid. Like his ability to sustain pain was insane. And some people are like, what the fuck? I don't got time to take Advil and Tylenol. Like, I got to go back to work. Like, I don't have time for my head to hurt. I don't have time to think about my back. What the fuck? Really? You're going to tell me I don't have pain when it's all over you? Like, and that's maybe like, I don't know how the moon is going to show it. That's the thing, is like knowing that this lamp is going to get turned on. Great. We got a lamp in the dark, but like, what's it going to fucking show? And maybe, hopefully, it has fucking nothing to do with us. Hopefully it's everything that they have to see and nothing to do with what we have to see. We've already seen it enough, right? So let's just hope that this whole thing just happens. And that's why, maybe that's why it's Sagittarius energy, because it's getting pointed at them. Maybe that's what it is. Right? And it's being fucking slingshot right to them. Like, you cannot take this back and shove it back to me if you fucking tried. Right? Ooh, I'm scratching my tattoo just lit up. I've got this tattoo on my back right here. And it says "She Won" on it. And it was actually a tattoo that I got for my stepmother back in the day when she beat her breast cancer. And now I obviously changed it. I won. Okay. I win everything. Okay. She wins fucking nothing. And I was just scratching it. So you won, my friends. You won, not them. So it's all being pushed towards them. And that's why I'm like, so shall it fucking be. It doesn't need to be in your court anymore. Doesn't need to be around you anymore. You've shown enough, right? And then that's the universe stepping up for you. That's why I'm like, open up your third eye, get talking to the universe, because the more you do, the more it talks back and gets to know you and loves you and, you know, will help you and strategize with you. And it will put you a half an hour behind sometimes. It will put you, 10 minutes behind or 15 minutes behind or 2 seconds behind, all to just help you. Right? It knows its timing better than anybody, right? So, holy moly. Brand new, a past life. Complex PTSD. Oh, you're welcome, Wen. Complex PTSD with criminal intent and the barter system. With transformation, extermination, you're in good hands. Possessed soul is the season of change. So like, you are changing. Like, this is going to do something for you, for sure. It's just going to be different for everybody, right? If you're a part of it, right? If that's what you do, then it will reflect in your life. It just depends, right? No need to fuss. Let the cards tell you, okay? No need to fuss. You are going to get what you need, And for some of us, I just heard that could be death. Some of us could die because our mission is over. I mean, I hope it's not like anybody here, but at the same time, I'm very much, I love death. I think it's a great transition. I think when you die, it's because you're done. You did what you had to do, or you wouldn't die. You wouldn't go, right? I mean, it sucks. People are going to miss you, but you're not going to miss them. You're going to be freaking off on your next mission, so wherever we all end up is where we all end up, I know that it might not be the greatest for everybody, but just because it's not the greatest for people, it doesn't mean that you're a part of that. Just, it could mean that somebody is a part of it, right? Bad people who do bad things have to pay the consequence of that. No broken law goes unpunished. Right? There's recorders and, now my landlord's put some camera downstairs or whatever. And he's watching everything. He's trying to get everything on camera. I don't know what he's trying to get on camera. But he's trying to get everything on camera. And I'm like, that's the world. Like, the world has always been like that. We're fucking centuries behind. The world's been watching everything this whole time. Like, or we this would be totally different. Like, we wouldn't need to eat, right? Like, people would be aliens basically if we didn't need the eyes of animals all around us, right? So I don't know, it's just a theory, but could be true. Oh, now I'm getting Left Lane by Chris Webby. Watch. Close my eyes and watch from the third person inside. I'll be living in the left lane, passing out wise. Oh, man, that's such a good song. I often like to listen to that while I'm driving. I get really gangsta sometimes. It's so ridiculous. Anyways. All right, I'm going to peace out. I've had a really long day. And, I'm going to watch a movie and chill the fuck out. Thanks for watching and enjoying everything. It was a pleasure, as always. I think probably watch for a reading Monday. I might be able to come live tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. It just depends how my day goes. If not, you will see me on Monday. And there's a lot of life changes. So I don't really know how much you're going to see me for the next little while. I could be in and out, which, is not the worst thing in the world. The membership readings, I'll obviously keep going no matter what, as a part of every couple days. But I really just don't know what is going to happen with the other type of readings. But I'll tell you, I'll always do a reading when I have the energy and when I can do it. So just know that, okay? And I just saw potions. I don't know, some of you guys are drinking potions. Honestly, believe in magic. It's so fucking cool, okay? It's just so cool. It works. It's awesome. It's so cool, okay? Magic is so cool. And the more you believe, the more it will just blow your mind. Honestly, it took me a really long time to believe in it, okay? It's not like I'm fuck you all, believe in magic. Okay, consider me as just believing in it last night, okay? I have not been believing in it very long, okay? But because I do, holy crap, it is something else, okay? So believe in the magic, people, because it's going to keep coming through this reading and these channels and shit, all right? So trust me on that shit. And if we just have to do lives for a little bit, that's what we'll do. Honestly, if that's how we got to do it, that's how I'm not going to argue with how the messages want to come out. I don't have enough energy to argue with spirit, okay, on anything. So, peace out, homies. All right, word to all my homies that came out. Thank you for my Vibe Tribe, helping with the bots in the chat. Always a pleasure, ladies. Thank you. And, if anybody wants a personal reading, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. You know how to get a hold of me. And, have a good night. Peace out. And Irene, just so you know, I haven't looked at any of your emails, okay? All 20 of your emails are sitting in my phone. I'm going to look at them in the morning. Just so you know, okay, I'm not ignoring you. I just can't look at them right now, and I know they're going to be funny. So I'll email you back in the morning. Goodbye, everybody. Peace out. Mwah. Namaste. Peace.